Hello, we are Gabriela Navarro, Catalina Rodriguez, and Valentina Tagle, and this is our second round of the assessment process. Establish goal. In this assessment process, students will be able to identify references from a short paragraph about school subjects. This unit is called Friends and Free Time. And the objective presented to students, it is considered achievable due to the fact their learning styles and level of proficiency were taken into consideration while formulating it. And in this assessment process, they will use expressions like I like and I don't like. It is coherent with the national curriculum of 5th grade, and the main skill, it is reading. The objectives are based on skill and language and what is expected by the students by the end of the class. According to the Common European Framework of Reference, students pertain to level A1, which entails that they can understand very short, simple text, a single phrase at a time, picking up familiar names, words, and basic phrases. And according to the Objetivo de Aprendizaje taken from Mineduc of 5th grade, they will be able to read comprehensively, no literary text, and this is what we meant when we said that the objectives are achievable for students, because they are able to apply what we are going to teach them in the end of the class.
Well, now in regards to the why and the assessment purpose, it is a formative type of assessment in which the students are going to be assessed class by class, and this assessment is for the students, and the purpose is to know where the students are, and also that they can be able to know that information, not just the teacher but also the students. And so in order to assure the improvement of the students' learning, the feedback will occur during the classes, and we'll gather info in relation to the strengths and also the weaknesses of the students. So now the who concerns the relevant student information. So this is a 5th grade, and there are 45 students in the class. Their proficiency level is A1 according to the Common European Framework of Reference. And finally, they have 2 modules of English per week.
In relation to the context, these students are seated in rows of 2 and 4. The class lasts 90 minutes. The resources that they use are the whiteboard, worksheets, projector, and the students' book. The classes are on Mondays and Fridays, and this can be seen as a weakness, because the space that is in between those 2 days, it's very long for remembering or to recall information that they just saw. Another weakness is that since they are 45 students, their level of proficiency it's very different from another. But a strength is that the class lasts 90 minutes, so we have a lot of time to do lots of activities. In terms of communication, we are going to apply a self-assessment to students that will not be graded, and students will know that this will not be graded in order to know where they are in terms of learning. Using simplified vocabulary, CCQs, and repetition if necessary. The task, it's about a block entry. The students have to read this text and answer these questions that are reading comprehension questions. They have to extract literal information from the text. First, they have to complete with the sentences. No, they have to complete sentences with the text that are literal in the text, and then they have to answer comprehension questions from the same text. Before they answer the questions, they have an example in order to guide them to answer the questions. And I forgot to mention that this is a short text because we base this task on the Unity curriculum, and that's why it's a short text.
So in relation to the operationalization, we designed 2 assessment tools. This is the first one, which is going to be implemented while the students are working in the task. So this is going to be very helpful for them in terms of self-assessing their learning. So, for example, here we have a traffic light cards in which they can assess themselves if they are doing well during the activity. For example, we've got the first one, which is I can do this, in which they are going to continue working well because they understand. Then they will continue with the second one, which says, I think I can do this, but I need some help, which means that they can be able to continue, but they need some help from the teacher. And the last one is, I can't continue, I need help. So in this case, the students will be, as I said before, assessing themselves, and they will receive help if they need it. So this is one of the assessment tools that we designed.
This is the second assessment tool we prepared for students. It is a self-evaluation in which students need to demonstrate what they learned. In this matter, we consider more meaningful for students, more than say if they learn saying yes or no, to demonstrate with evidence, with clear evidence, what they actually learned. For instance, the first question here says, I can name the school subjects, and they need to answer yes or no, but at the same time, they need to name what the school subjects are.
To summarize our presentation, we consider that a self-evaluation would be appropriate for 5th graders because from this point they can start developing their autonomy and also they can start looking at their own learning process. So that's the main reason why we consider both assessment tools, one during they are developing the task and one at the end.
Okay, so that was our presentation, and thank you very much for watching.